Well, surprisingly, Multicultural Australia is watching the Voice debate with great interest. Of all people, they don't like it being implied that they are racist if they have concerns about or don't support the Voice. A campaign organisation called Multicultural Voices Against the Voice has been formed. A successful forum was held last week in Western Sydney with leading No campaigner Warren Mundine as one of the key speakers. Organiser Jamal Daoud joins me now. Jamal, welcome. Jamal, why did you form Multicultural Voices Against the Voice?
Thank you for hosting me on your show. The major reason why we or which prompted us to establish this group is the total lack of the multicultural input in the debate for the last few months because of many reasons, mainly because of the bullying and vicious attacks on anyone in the multicultural community if they express their opposition of the referendum. And we were, not only myself, a lot of people in the multicultural communities were labeled as racist, as ungrateful, not thankful for being allowed to migrate to this great nation. And this is why we thought that there was a vacuum of multicultural voices in the debate, and we decided to establish this group just to give a platform for people from migrant communities to express themselves and to encourage them to speak up what they are thinking about this referendum.
Well, Jamal, you certainly did that very well last week at the forum. Where is this bullying coming from? Where are these allegations of racism against people of diverse ethnic backgrounds who have come to enrich the tapestry of our nation? Where is this coming from?
It is official in the Yes campaign. It's official coming from the government, and when you just follow what the messages the government and the media supporting the referendum. Just follow their messages about this is a recognition of the indigenous people. This is the recognition that multicultural people should appreciate and support, and it is everywhere, especially on the media, that is aimed at reaching the migrant communities. So it is official in the Yes campaign, in the government campaign, that multicultural or migrant people need to be thankful for being allowed to migrate to Australia, and in return they should support the referendum.
Jamal, is this more implied? Look, I can't imagine anyone from the Yes campaign overtly saying you're a racist if you don't support the Voice. I think we all of us feel that that's the implication. Is that what you're picking up on? Is that what the people of Western Sydney are picking up on this implication that if you're not on board, you're ungrateful? It's not said explicitly, is it?
No, it is not. Of course, it is subtle bullying. It is subtle campaign, and again, when I was interviewed at one of the mainstream media, I was the journalist was telling me, how dare you migrant oppose this referendum? First, it is about indigenous people, and you have this is exactly what I was encountered. You have no right to come here until to oppose this referendum, which will give a recognition for the indigenous people, the historical custodians of this land, which is you are not. And at that interview, I said, okay, I came to this country to live as an equal citizen. I refuse this argument that I should be always a second-class citizen and not have say about issues that will affect my kids, myself.
Yeah, no, that's very well said, Jamal. And look, I'm going to say this on air because you mentioned it at the forum that interview was with SBS, and shame on SBS for making a migrant to our country like yourself. You're from Jordan. You're a proud Australian now, but to make you feel like you're a racist. It's so ironic given that this is coming from SBS. Now,
and because of this subtle bullying, we are receiving a lot of messages, comments on my Facebook, on my TikTok, that you are racist, and you are not grateful to the first Australians, to the historical custodians of this land, by standing up against this referendum. And I was contacted by people who are members of the Labour Party, and they met with me from my community. I said, you can't continue your line opposing this referendum that will give a recognition for the First Nation.
Well, that's fascinating, Jamal. I thought one of the fascinating things that came out in the forum, one of the speakers, Tanya Mahalik from One Nation, she made the point that the Labor politicians in Western Sydney are not promoting the yes case for the voice on their social media, on their websites. Normally politicians are always pushing whatever particular policy agenda the government has at the time. This is, of course, one of the big priorities of Anthony Albanese. They're not talking about cost of living and our electricity prices and inflation. They're talking about the voice. But the local politicians of Labor in those migrant communities, it's almost like the voice doesn't exist. I think that's very telling, isn't it?
It is, and not only this. If they mention the voice, they will never mention the details of the voice, which is also telling the whole story. But as you mentioned, the local members in the area, the local members in the areas of the southwestern Sydney, they are not campaigning on this issue, not even on their social media, and it is telling a lot of things, which is the major, and this is the major issue that concerns us: the secrecy. Here we are in a secret ballot. The Prime Minister wants us to sign a blank check for him to do whatever, to change the constitution, and we don't know all the details. And this is exactly what the Labour members who control these areas should start to talk about. We need details, and I think they are losing more and more by hiding all these details, and by our campaign of exposing the real agendas behind this.
Well, that's right. These real agendas of truth, treaty, that is a package deal that, of course, goes with the Uluru Statement from the Heart. Jamal, are the migrant communities in Western Sydney, and I'm sure in other parts of the country, are they looking at this debate and saying, why is it that one race is being offered a special voice in the Constitution so that it cannot be changed? Why don't other races get these sort of privileges? Is that the sort of question people are asking?
This is a question we are hearing more and more now, and taking into account the diverse areas, some areas in Australia, and Australia as a whole. We are a diverse multicultural nation that if we start to divide Australia into pieces, and we need a voice for one race, a lot of other ethnicities, other religious followers, other minorities will come and say, we also need a voice. And we are hearing this louder and louder now, and people, especially people migrants from non-English speaking background, they are flagging all the facts that if every marginalized group needs a voice to be heard, we are definitely one of them, because we are a large community and our voice is not heard in the parliament and everywhere in Australia, and in the political system in Australia. And if this voice will successful, and I doubt about this, and I hope it will not, a lot of people from migrant communities will come and say, we need a voice. And this is the real danger. In addition to all the deep agendas, the hidden agendas of the government, it will divide our community, our society even further.
No, I think that's exactly right. The success of Australia has been its ability to integrate people from all sorts of different nations and ethnic backgrounds, and we should be equal under the law. That's always been the Australian way. Everyone is equal. Everyone's as good as the next person, and this is very much dividing us. Well, Jamal, thanks for bringing to our attention the concerns in the multicultural community in Australia, and we really appreciate your time here on ADHD today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for hosting me. Thank you.